So I am so excited. Tomorrow is the day that we leave to head to Virginia to do our section hike of the AT. We'll be going from Damascus to Petersburg. We'll be leaving, but today I am meeting a good friend of mine here at one of our local parks, and we're gonna just talk about the trail Q&A. He is a radio host and interviewer extraordinaire, and we do very well when it comes to candid moments. So I thought, who better to come? And y'all, he knows nothing about backpacking, nothing about hiking. The place where we're meeting at, he walks here every day around the lake, but that's the extent of it. So I thought it would be great to have him because one, that's what he does, and two, because like most of you or some of you, he knows nothing about backpacking. So a lot of the questions that you all have been asking me that I've answered one-on-one or I have not gotten around to answering altogether, I'm sure he's going to answer some of those questions or ask some of those questions as well. So I can't wait for him to get here because I haven't seen him in a long time, and also to answer the questions. And I'm even more excited to be leaving tomorrow. So all set and ready to go. So now we just gotta wait for Carl to get here. All right, be right back.
This is such an honor.
Okay, everybody, so I'm back. So I told you I was waiting on my friend Carl. Carl is
What's
here.
up, good people?
He is the radio announcer extraordinaire, interviewer extraordinaire, and some of our best moments. I actually think the way that our friendship was cultivated was at my grand opening of my spa. I'm not sure how you even ended up there, but we got into a conversation. Is that how it?
Well, there you go with them big words again. I went to Cincinnati Public Schools.
As did I.
Cultivated. What does that mean again?
Created, curated, developed.
Okay. I don't know where our friendship started, but I do know this. From the moment that I met you and heard about you, I was like, oh, who is this dynamo?
And somehow you ended up at my grand opening.
Yes.
And then and he came in here, y'all, with this pocket radio station, right? Now, granted, because of we knew of each other, right, before then, and from church and all the kind of stuff, but we weren't friends. We just knew who each other were. And somehow he ends up at my grand opening, and he pulled out of his pocket this portable radio studio, right? And then he's like, I got some questions. And then it was so candid. The moment was so candid, and we could not recreate that moment if we tried. So from that moment on,
you had to be there.
Had to be there. From that moment on, our conversations are the best when they're candid. So I thought, who better to come on today to ask the question that I get from a lot of people. Now, I've not given him any questions to ask. He is just someone who's good at what he does and knows nothing about backpacking.
Nothing.
Backpacking, he knows nothing about it. So I just assume that knowing how he is, that he would ask some of the same questions I get all the time. So it's gonna be like him firing off questions and me just answering. So this should be fun.
Yeah.
What you got?
Well, my first question is, okay, why are you doing this? I think I know the answer because you're adventurous, because you're a daredevil, because you love challenges. But why are you putting all these kind of things in a backpack and going clear across up mountains when normal people would just go on a plane or a helicopter and just do the hike thing themselves? Take a vacation. Why do you have to go hiking? Why?
So let me say this for those of you who may be new here who don't know what I'm doing. So I am getting ready to embark upon the beginning of my section hike of the Appalachian Trail. I'm going to be completing...
Second.
So this year I'm going to be completing about 150 miles through Virginia from Damascus to Petersburg. I would like to do more, but I'm going with about 5 other ladies, so time constraint plays a part there. But I'm going back this fall to hike from Georgia to North Carolina.
Okay.
And I did part of Georgia last year, so I'm going to complete that and then do North Carolina as well. So that's what I'm doing, and that's why he's asking these questions. So I really would have to say that the answer is like threefold. One, because I can do hard things.
Yes, you can.
To prove to myself that I can do hard things. 2, to create that space for brown faces and green spaces.
I like that. Is that a t-shirt?
No, I didn't create that. I would love to take credit for that. It's just a phrase in the outdoor world, okay?
I like that.
So
because it ain't too many of us doing that.
And specifically, even more specifically, it's not many black women.
Okay. All right.
So to create that we can own this, we can operate in this space as well.
Yeah.
Because so many times we have to create a
Yeah.
space for ourselves when we can just occupy it because we can.
Good.
So that's reason number 2. And then reason number 3 is because my grandfather, my maternal grandfather who raised me, not raised me, but was my grandfather, president of my life all my life till he passed. He was Quapaw Native American. And
Oh, okay.
and he is the one that really made me get into the outdoors. Like when I would go to his house, I had to sleep outside. No tent, no nothing. It was not a punishment. He would send me.
Did you want to do it?
I mean, it was my granddaddy. I was adventurous. I trusted him. So some things I didn't. Because these mosquitoes he had, Carl. Baby, when my cousin and I came to that next morning, we had mosquitoes the size of our head on our bodies. Okay, mosquito bites. But then he would send us into the woods and say, don't come back out until you find something interesting.
Oh my God.
Or he would send us into the woods and leave us there. He made me walk in the Ohio River, just different things. And his phrase was, you ain't ever gonna learn nothing, chick. Anytime I didn't want to do something, what he would say to me was, you ain't ever gonna learn nothing, chick. So he knew that this was something I needed to have.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was his way of doing it. So this is kind of like to pay homage to my grandfather.
Okay.
I've learned something.
Okay.
So that's my why.
Okay. All right. All right. So when you go on this trail, do you have like a bucket list that only Asia has, and this is part of your list? Or in other words, here's my question. Do you feel you have to do this? I know you want to, and you got great reasons, but do you feel you have to do this for a greater purpose?
I do. I don't have a bucket list
Okay.
of any sort with anything on it. I'm more of a in the moment,
Okay.
let's live here and where we gonna go next type person.
Okay.
But I do feel like I have to do it, and that will probably be because of my reason number 2.
Okay.
Because there's gonna be little black girls, other black women who may share a similar interest
Okay.
and love for the outdoors, but not feel like they have the ability to live in that space.
Okay.
So one of the things I say when I end out some of my sessions that I teach as a homage to my grandfather is that if I die with what I have inside of me, who does that benefit?
Right.
And so it's more than just hiking through the woods and being crazy and in bear country and
Right.
all that. It's bigger than that for me.
Okay.
It is, I can do this, we can do this, and we can live in this space.
Okay.
So I do feel like it is something that I have to do.
Okay. Now, you said woods, okay? You're not in the city.
Oh,
Okay?
no.
There is no electricity, right?
Not whatsoever.
Okay. Okay. Are there any animals?
We're in bear country.
So when you say bear country, you mean like, and I
Brown
know
bears.
I sound so ignorant right now, but how does one navigate when a brown bear is right around the corner from you?
So,
how do you
Different
stay
bears.
safe?
Different bears have different personalities, like black bears versus brown bears versus polar bears or what have you, right? Brown bears usually are less likely to just attack because it's Tuesday, like just because I'm gonna wake up and attack. Brown bears, which is what is present on the trail, will be, you gotta just be smart. So in being smart, it really is about not having any additional food laying around, because what happens, they come out looking for food, and that's when they become aggressive because now they want food.
Well,
So
if they're hungry enough, you the food.
Well, so by keeping my food away from them, that keeps them away from me. So let's say at night when you go to sleep, you can
Okay.
either use a bear canister, which is a bear-proof container, bear-proof, smell-proof container that you place your food in, and you put that at least 100 yards downwind from your campsite. Most time nobody's gonna do 100 yards, but the idea is put it away from where you're sleeping at, okay?
Okay.
But put that downwind from your campsite. And then the other option is a bear bag, which of course is not as durable, nor is it smell proof. But
Okay.
then you hoist that into a tree. There's different methods
Okay.
that you can use to do a bear hang, and that keeps the bear from the food. The idea is don't put it in their face. And then some parts of the trail, some place where we'll camp at, they'll have bear cans. So think about a bear proof dumpster.
A bear-proof
Think about it
dumpster.
that way, bear-proof dumpster, and you put your bag or your can in there at night to keep bears out of it.
Okay, so I won't be able to go.
And don't wear scents. Like, this ain't the perfume trip. This is not
Right.
your good smelling deodorant trip. Like, and keep away scents and to keep them away. And if you see a brown bear specifically on trail,
I'm running.
Don't. That's the wrong thing to do. It's like running from a dog that's not chasing you. You will become lunch or dinner if you do that. Don't run. Most of the time, when they notice that you're there, they'll just go about their journey.
Okay.
With brown bears, or if you feel like one is getting a little too close for comfort, the idea is to make noise and then make yourself as big as you can. So that could be.
Now, what do you mean as big as you can?
Like, lift your hands up.
Okay.
Big as you can, make noise. So it's to keep from startling them. So they're not reactive because you scared them.
I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
But, hey.
Or there's also bear horn, which is designed to make noise, but use your voice box for that. And there's bear spray, which is kind of like mace, but for bears. So if a bear does, and if a bear is close enough for you to have to use bear spray, he's too close. Or you're too close, whichever way you want to look at it. So, and then there's bear spray that can be used as a deterrent, as a safety measure.
Okay. If one wants to go on the next hiking trip with you, okay? Mm-hmm. We won't be able to do this one because you almost out of here. But for your next hiking trip, we want to go. What all do we need to bring? What is an ideal pack?
So the very basics, you're gonna start your big three. Your big three is your pack. You got something to carry your stuff in.
Okay.
Your shelter.
Pack.
You gotta have a house.
Okay.
And your sleep system. So that's your sleeping pad, sleeping bag.
Okay.
Your big three. You gotta at least have those three things. Or you can do hammock camping or what have you, but shelter, sleep system, your pack, and then your food options.
Okay.
Whatever you're gonna eat. Something, unless you're gonna do raw vegan or something like that, then something to cook your food on.
Okay.
So there's small pocket-sized stoves that we use when backpacking. They weigh a couple of ounces, very small.
How are they powered? Because you said no electricity.
You have a can of isobutane fuel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
okay. All right.
So that, and then the proper shoes for, whatever you're doing, the proper shoes. And then whether it's trail runners, whether it's hiking boots, hiking shoes, whatever works best for you and the terrain you're going to be on.
Okay.
And then your clothes.
Okay.
Like, that is like very basic to get out there. And one of the things that keeps people from getting out there who want to is that they feel like they don't have the best gear. And it's not really about having the best gear. It's about what's safe and what makes you comfortable. Okay. So I tell people don't let the best gear keep you from getting out there.
Okay, got it. Okay, so are you going to take pictures and video while you're out there? Because I think I can speak for all of us. You raise your hand if you agree. We want to go on this journey with you.
Yes.
Okay, so as you go, we want to go right alongside with you and see your journey. Ooh, especially if you come across a brown bear.
I will.
You got to put that on tape, Asia. You got
and
to.
And they're not as, like, there's a girl who has done the through hike, the whole thing. She's already, so the entire Appalachian Trail is 2,200 miles. It goes from Georgia to Maine, 14 states.
Oh my.
It takes about, her first time completing it, she completed it in 120 days. But
now, wait a minute. How far are you going again?
150 miles.
You just going 150.
Yeah.
She went 2,200.
And at the time, I think it was 21 something, and now it's 20. They've lengthened it, so now it's 2,200. But
God love her.
But it was, she in total, between her first one, so she had started it 1 year, and then COVID hit, so she had to get off trail.
Oh.
And then she did it the next year and completed it. Now she's out there again, doing it for the full time, a second time. So she's on like 2.25 times, let's say. But it took her 3,800 miles in total before she saw her first bear. So she had done the first part like in 2020 before the shutdown. And then she had completed the whole thing in 21, never saw a bear. It wasn't until this year, like a few weeks ago, that she saw her first bear.
Now, wait a minute. I mean, I'm happy for her, but you know how Murphy's Law is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
She wasn't, well, actually, she probably was looking for the bear, and that's why it never showed up. It'd be somebody like us, specifically me. I'm not even thinking about a bear, and the bear show up the first day.
Maybe.
Hopefully I'm with you.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe,
With plenty of bears.
Plenty of bear spray. So I mean, but that's part of it, right?
Okay.
Like that's part of. Now I don't want a bear to come ransack our camp at night, but you embrace whatever it is. There's a phrase on the Appalachian Trail that says "embrace the suck."
Embrace
The
suck.
what? The suck.
That's what I thought.
Like some days are gonna suck. Some days aren't gonna be good. You're out there for whatever reason, whatever your why is. You're out there, but some days you're just gonna suck, and you gotta embrace it. Like it's supposed to storm all next week, right? When we're out there, like storm. Embrace the suck.
That's a good question. So you're going to go on this trip no matter rain, sleet, snow.
Oh yeah.
Bear,
Yeah.
lion.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Tigers. We got tigers. Oh my.
So nothing is going to stop you from going on this trip.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Please, again, do us all a favor. Do us all a favor. And I want you to journal, video journal if you can, the whole experience. So,
I thought we were going.
oh, no.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
just, yeah. Because us walking in Winton Woods, this is fun, but this is safe.
Very
What
safe.
you're doing, Asia, is, and you said it, okay? It's very dangerous, but at the same time, it's exciting.
It is.
And I think that's one of the main things I love about you. You have never done anything normal. You always do stuff out of, hey, how you doing?
Remember, stay single and your pockets will jingle.
You hear that, folks?
Dun, 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 dun.
He says, stay single and your pockets will jingle.
Sound like a true angel, don't it? Because that's straight out of Proverbs. Anyway, you've always done something. You've always done things out the box. If the masses are doing stuff that is considered, I guess, normal.
I'm anti-normal.
Yeah, you're.
I'm very anti-normal.
That's a T-shirt.
I am. I'm very anti, because it's like everybody's already doing that.
And the only reason why I said that is because, okay, this time yesterday, I wouldn't want to have anything to do with what you're about to do. But after talking to you, and especially knowing you and who you are, I'm actually intrigued.
Good.
And that's the main reason why I want you to journal this, because I'm gonna watch every millisecond of it, and maybe, just maybe, I will muster up the courage.
We can start small. There's local bears.
What is start small? Hiking at the zoo?
Hocking Hills where there's no bears.
Yeah, maybe we could do
River
that.
Gorge. River Gorge is technically bear country, but you're not really. There's only like 900 bears in all of Kentucky, so the chance of you seeing a bear there is not likely. So there are places around here where you can go to get started without journeying, to the AT.
Yeah.
But I do. So to answer your question, I do plan to document, and it'll be on my YouTube channel, Instagram, and TikTok. That's my plan. All of my social media outlets are official_Black Outside. Black Outside is my company.
Okay.
And then I'll probably will also post it to Black Girls Camp, which is my nonprofit.
Okay. So I feel strong about this. If you journal this particular hike, and then by the time you're ready for your next hike, put it out there. Who wants to go?
Who wants to go?
I guarantee you will develop a hiking club. And I just might
You just
be
might.
your first one. If you agree with me, like this, okay? Like this, give an emoji. You know how we do in the social media thing, because this is something totally out the box.
Let's
Now for
jump at
you,
the
it's
campground.
normal. Huh?
It's jumping at the campground.
You want to go up there? I usually go around.
No.
Yeah. For you, it's normal, okay? But the average person, we ain't going camping, especially around no bears. But Asia, I just am so impressed with how you do things. My thinking is, if you can do it, I can do it.
That's my why number 2. That's all in there to show that we can. And one of the things that our people I get so often is that's some white people stuff. And
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you
But-
said it when we first started talking.
But define-
there ain't too many brown faces.
there isn't, but why is that? Do you know why?
We don't go in the woods.
But why?
Because we have electricity. We have
More than that. So
cable.
the reason why-
it's not something that the only bear we know is Yogi Bear. That's it.
Smokey the bear only used to prevent forest fires.
Yeah, but Okay, but
But
the average person, our average cousin, our average auntie and them, camping ain't on the list.
okay, so let me take you back a little bit. Okay. So it's in us to do it. When we talk about our DNA, eons before you and I got here, our people, it's in us to be in nature, to live outside. The campfire was actually the end of the night. We all get together as a family and have a powwow before we go to bed. So it was a sense of community, but we know how to survive in nature. Think about our ancestors hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Yes.
It's in us to do it, right? The reason why we are so far removed from it is because for so many years, it was unsafe for us to do it. Think about sundown towns, and you dare not catch a black person out in the woods? Forget the bear. Baby, you would rather go live with the bear, right? So the reason why, and so for some reason, or because of that reason, it was put in us that you don't do that. Because it was a safe. I know a woman now who's same age as my mother. She's 70. They're 74.
74 years young.
Yeah, and they just
glory. I felt her spirit right there with
and
the
they
shout.
and so now my mom ain't going outside. She didn't get what I got from her father. She missed that lesson. She ain't doing that, baby. She ain't going no camping. No, a barbecue about to be as much as she gonna do.
By some miracle, if your mama would have went, I'm definitely going.
Listen, everybody.
I would carry her bag and
all
everything.
the king's kids should go. So, but there's another woman who's the same age as my mother, and so she started camping with us a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And she told us, she said, and I had already kind of been speaking this to people, but she said the reason why she didn't feel safe is because of that. She was like, in my day, we didn't go into the woods. We couldn't. It was unsafe.
Yeah.
Sundown towns, so just that fear. The fear wasn't of the woods. The fear was of the people who was gonna hunt you in the woods. And so then that's been passed down, and so now to generation, don't and at some point you don't know the why. They're just like, don't go in the woods, don't go in the woods. And so then we just stop going in the woods, and now we say we don't do that. But it's in us to do.
Wow.
It's in us to be in touch with nature, to be in tune with nature. It's in us to be able to survive.
Okay.
We are the most surviving group of people on the face of this planet dang near, right? Okay. It's in us to do, but because we were restricted from doing it, we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It ain't because it's just like something with black folks. We may not do it, but why don't we do it?
Okay. I never knew that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's we don't do it because we was it wasn't safe.
Okay. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. When are you going, and how long will your journey be?
I'm leaving tomorrow. Less than 24 hours from now. This time tomorrow, I'll be in Virginia.
So once you get to Virginia, oh bless his name. Once you get to Virginia, how long will you be in the woods? How long is this journey going to be for you? You said 150?
So I'll be in the woods for about 10 days. I'll be gone for about 12.
Okay.
I'll make a pit stop on my way back. I got me a new puppy, but he's in Georgia. So I'm gonna leave Virginia and drive to Georgia to get my puppy. Then I'm gonna come back home. But for the trip.
Wait a minute, you taking the puppy on the trip?
No. When I get done with the trip in Virginia, I'm gonna drive to Virginia and pick up my puppy. So I'm gonna be gone for like 14 days. But the trip, the Appalachian Trail part of the trip, be like 12 days, 10 of those days on trail.
Now give a shout out to those who are going with you.
Okay, so
let's hear about them.
Let's hear about them.
Yeah.
So there's
How y'all doing, y'all crazy people?
There's two other ladies from Cincinnati who's going.
Do I know them?
You know everybody, Carl.
No, that's you who know everybody.
Okay, so Jada May, she's like a little sister niece.
Wait a minute, Jada May's going?
Jada May's going.
Oh my! No,
I know you don't know her. I know he don't. Because her name's not even Jada May. I call her Jada May.
Right.
But she's like a little sister / niece.
Okay.
She camps with us.
Okay.
This is her first time ever backpacking. First time ever backpacking.
Are you sure that's not too much for her?
Is she first time? She hikes, but she's never backpacked before, but she's adventurous.
Okay.
So actually a couple years ago, I got her to kayak on the Ohio River for her first time ever kayaking. She never kayaked before. I was about to go we were all camping on the river. I said, let's go kayaking. She's like, okay. And so we kayaked from Ohio to Kentucky. Her very first time ever kayaking.
Oh my
So,
God.
Jada May's going. Anita Beauchamp.
I do know that
So you
name.
probably know that
Yeah,
name. Okay.
I do know that
She's
name.
going, and then there's two ladies who are not from here. We've not ever met them except on Zoom. They're part of some similar outdoor groups, which is how they got connected through Anita, Dara, and Sandra. Sandra's from Alabama,
Okay.
and Dara's from New York.
Okay.
So the 5 of us. We'll,
And y'all gonna have whales of fun. Again, journal. Video. What you're seeing now, we are literally walking Winton Woods on the bridge. This is beautiful. And this is exciting, but it's nowhere near as half of exciting as what you're about to embark on.
yeah.
I salute you, Asia.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
really do.
Thank you.
And something tells me
Say it.
that
What you gonna say?
this not only is the beginning, but it's, how do I want to say this? This is nothing compared to what you're going to be doing. Are you ready for that now?
The suffering of this present time is not worthy to be compared to the glory, Michelle.
Oh,
He
she
revealed
went
in
Bible
us.
holding.
That's all I know. That's all I know. But yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Okay. All right.
So next, I have my cousin and I was, which way?
Oh, straight.
My cousin and I was
How long
talking.
can you walk? Because, we could do another lap if you want.
We'll see. We're just talking. We'll see how far
Okay.
we get when we
All
talk,
right.
whatever.
All right.
And so my cousin jokingly said,
Oh, here it comes.
he's like, you acting like you Jesus, 40 days in the wilderness. I said, don't worry, that's coming next.
Oh!
And he was like, no.
Oh, my.
I said, 40 days up next.
Is this spiritual to you?
It, very much so.
Okay, is
Very much
this ministry for you? I guess that's the word I'm looking for.
In ways it can be, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because, talk about a conversation piece. Talk about faith and trust in God, because you guys
That's all
are
you got.
literally in the wilderness. You're right. That's all you
That's
got.
That's all you have. For me, like some of the ladies were joking. She's like, I'm gonna do Audible and podcasts. I don't really like that kind of stuff, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna be praying and read my Bible that's already downloaded. That's the only book I read. So
Okay.
but it can be, and think about the solitude that you have in that space,
Okay.
in that moment. For those of us who are believers, I believe that it should also draw you closer.
It better draw you somewhere. While you play. I don't know if people even still saying that. But yeah, it better draw you somewhere. Well, I cannot think of a better teacher than you. I cannot think of a better leader than you. I cannot think of a better source of inspiration and encouragement than Asia. I feel so much more comfortable that you are part of this pack. Because again, I've had the pleasure of knowing you for years. We've known each other for years. So I knew about you before we met. So I know that you have what it takes to do this. So if anybody's watching this and you don't know Asia, get to know her. Get to know her. And you talking about somebody that will challenge you, that will be your friend at the risk of losing your friendship, because she'll tell you the truth. If you ask her the question, okay?
I mean, yeah,
she might tell you the truth if you don't ask the question.
You're right.
But I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Carl.
And this is so weird what you're doing. It is so strange what you're doing, but it is so you.
And so I'll be
doing.
transparent. I have a little insecurity. I won't say insecurity. I won't say
No, you cannot say Asia and insecurity in the
I
same
won't say
sentence.
insecurity. I don't think that's an insecurity, but
You're gonna walk around here.
okay, think about people in the military who are active duty.
Okay.
And then those who serve National Guard or Reserve, right? And so they call the National Guarders weekend warriors.
Yes.
As if they're less than those who
Full time.
right, active duty. So in this world, I kind of feel that. Nobody's made me feel that way. Because there are folk out here, individuals, even women, doing the whole 2,200 miles. And I'm only doing 150.
But let's be fair, they've been doing this for a while. This is you're...
No. There's some people out there, this is their first time ever backpacking, doing the whole thing. No.
I mean, happy when you want a cookie.
So I won't call it insecurity.
No, there ain't no insecurity.
But,
you do what you can do.
And so I was getting ready to say that's what I tell people is don't measure your ability to complete a task based on somebody else's ability to do what they do. And it doesn't make me or anyone else any less than.
Asia.
Now could I do it? I could do it.
I know you can do it.
A timing thing,
Well,
I don't have 5 months consecutive.
Let me say this to the haters, and I'm gonna say this in on camera, right, and so y'all can see me say this to Asia. Asia, you about to do 150 miles. I am. And I love you for that.
Thank you.
But baby, if you was doing 150 yards, I would still love you for that. Okay. Okay.
So I don't know.
Trying to measure up for that. No.
And I don't know. Like again, that's a me thing. It's just like I can only do 150.
Do you?
I can only do 150.
Do you?
Absolutely.
If you is 150, that's 150. Half the people that's watching this, they can't do 150.
I was going to say most people can't do 5 miles on trail.
I'm gonna be watching your journal because you know me. I keep my word. If you inspire me enough, I'm going with you one of these times.
At least just
I am.
And you can start small. You can count first. Then you got to go right out backpacking. You can count first.
You know what? Maybe I do need to get out more because the last time I went camping, I was in the 3rd grade, and that wasn't really camping. No, that was like a school field trip. We're going to go around here.
Okay.
So I've never really been camping. I've never really been hiking. I've never wore a backpack, and that was my only source of
everything.
Of everything. I've never done that.
Yeah. If you saw the size of my pack, you'll be like, how you gonna live out there for 10 days? Because it's not
Wait a minute.
big.
Phone. Will you have a phone?
I have my phone, yeah.
Okay. Well, will you have service?
I'm gonna keep it on airplane mode.
Okay.
Anyway,
keep it on airplane mode.
That way I don't drain my battery as fast. And then when I get to an area where there is cell service, and I'll turn it on. But that'll.
How you doing?
That might be make a phone call if I feel like I wanna, touch base with somebody. But I have a satellite device.
Okay.
So that I can still communicate if I had to in case of
knowing
emergency.
you will only use it in the case of emergency.
Although my son wants me to text him from my satellite device on Wednesday to remind him of his appointment that he has. I'll go on the calendar. Okay. And I'm not sure why I got to steal mom from the wilderness. It's on the calendar.
Real quick, let's divert just for one second. How's your son doing? Superstar.
He's good.
Superstar. Watch out for him.
He's good.
Watch out for that man.
He's good.
He will be on Sports Illustrated if he ain't been already.
Yeah, he's good.
So he's obviously going to miss you.
Probably not. He's me. He's me in a male body. He probably is not going to miss me. He's like, 10 days, that's nothing.
Has he ever said he wants to go with you?
He used to camp when he was younger. He was camp.
Okay, so he's been
when I was
that.
preparing to backpack, he was going to go with me on one trip if nobody else went. I guess I'll go if nobody else goes, but so he's grown out of the love for it, but he still has it in him to do if he had to.
Now you've given your information on your brand before. Do it again, just in case there's somebody who wants to get in touch with you and maybe they want to go next time.
Absolutely. So on social media outlets, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, it's at official_blackoutside. The website is www.official-blackoutside.com. If you are a woman and you're interested in camping, you can reach us on social media outlets. Instagram is Black Girls Camp 513. Facebook is just Black Girls Camp. And then our web address is www.blackgirls-camp.org.
Now, what if the men want to go?
So we do have some events each year where they're co-ed.
Okay.
So the majority we'll do is just for black women, but we do have a few events a year where they're co-ed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think from Blackout, and so from that's for Black Girls Camp.
Yeah.
From the Black Outside things, I am going to be doing more of like educational camping trips and hikes and that kind of stuff to teach people how to do it, and that'll be for anybody.
All right.
Yep.
Asia, I mean, we've had thousands of interesting conversations. This is definitely one of the top 5.
Really?
Definitely one of the top 5. I'm so glad I know you. This is just the start of many big things that you're going to be doing. And I'm so glad you you got me when you said you're ready.
Yeah.
You're ready.
You're
You don't
ready.
even know what it's gonna be.
No.
You don't even know what it is.
No.
But you said
I'm
you're
ready.
ready.
I'm ready.
And
I'm prepared to survive. That's my tagline for Black Outside. Be prepared to survive. So I'm prepared to survive. That's what I do every day anyway. Survivalist, so you know.
Okay.
I'm prepared.
So many jokes, but I'll behave. All right, interesting conversation. Thank you for
Alrighty.
bringing me, and I'm glad
you.
to be a part of this. Thank you for watching, and man, you watched the whole thing. I'm proud of you.
Look at you. We appreciate it.
Hey, when she gets back, we'll have part 2. We're gonna tell you everything
will.
about it. And again, she gave you all the information. Subscribe, like, do all that stuff that what you're supposed to do. And maybe the next trip, hey,
You
we
on
going
with
too.
us?
All right,
Go with us.
let's do this.
See ya.
Yeah.
Peace.